Bill Maher has repeatedly called out the regressive left. He does it all the time, and they hate him for it. In fact, on Twitter, they've even referred to him as alt-right in the past. And now Bill Maher has said something fantastic. He said to the Democrats, if you make 2020 a woke contest, you lose. Bill Maher is correct, 100% correct. And this is why you've got why I predicted Donald Trump is going to sweep. It's going to be a blowout. It's going to shock people. The degree in which Trump wins, at least in my opinion. Now, look, I was wrong about the midterms. I thought the Republicans were gonna, we're gonna dominate. Democrats actually did really well, but I still stand by this prediction for a few reasons. There have been economic models saying that when you have an incumbent, strong incumbent powers, it's favored for them, and a strong economy, victory. Combine it with the fact that Democrats have gone insane, and they have, because moderates are being shut down and the crazes are being highlighted. I think Trump's going to blow this one out. And you can see this when even Bill Maher is saying it. So this is from Daily Wire. Comedian Bill Maher woke up on the right side of the bed this morning because once again, he's siding with conservatives on a few issues. Speaking on his show, Real Time, on Friday, the HBO host warned that Donald Trump will clean Democrats' clock in 2020 if they turn illegal immigration into a woke contest. Maher said that immigration should not be a major issue in reality, while acknowledging that Democrats have little to gain by pushing open borders. Even Bernie Sanders has come out against open borders, straight up. If it becomes a woke contest, then the Democrats lose on this, Maher said, in comments reported by Fox News on his show. Yes, they look better, but it's impossible not to look better next to him. Sneeze. Maher did not play into the rhetoric often peddled by his fellow progressives regarding the crisis at the southern border and even argued against it. When panelist Wendy Sherman, who served in the State Department during the Obama administration, said that President Trump invented the immigration crisis by cutting aid to Central American countries and separating families, Maher laughed off the comments. This is what Democrats say, which only gets other Democrats, Maher told Sherman. This is not the speech that is going to win any swing voters. You've already got the compassion vote. Not everything Maher said on Friday night dismissed leftist rhetoric toward President Trump. In his opening monologue, Maher once again mentioned Trump's enigmatic tax returns. Monday is tax day, or as Trump calls it, Monday. As we are all paying ours, he will not release his. You know, the IRS was supposed to get his tax returns this Wednesday. Didn't happen. There are committees in Congress that are allowed by law to request any tax returns. The IRS, they have to provide them. This is what we used to call a law. We don't have those anymore. Trump finally has the lackey attorney general he's always wanted, William Barr. Okay. That's all interesting in the IRS stuff. I think there's an interesting point to be made about setting precedent in that, I think the Democrats want to pass a law that you have to release your tax returns. And I think the reason for this is that it'll create a narrative of the working person. Elizabeth Warren is a millionaire. So is Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren is like the most unfavorable Democrat. So perhaps it will backfire because, the thing is, while you're allowed to be rich, a lot of people will, they're trying to pit rich against poor. And there is a disconnect with the working people if you are a perceived disconnect with working people. But look back to the main point. Can Democrats win by being woke? I'm going to go ahead and say the answer is no. I agree with Bill Maher, and I'm going to show you 2 points to back this claim up. First, this story, which I have highlighted a few times in the past week or so, are Democrats changing too quickly or just catching up with Republicans? Well, none of that matters because we can look at this graph down here. First of all, actually, let's look at this one first. You can see that we've got a bunch of, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Bernie Sanders, Gillibrand, and Klobuchar, presidential candidates. And look how far left they go. Elizabeth Warren is very far left. And then you have Susan Collins, Mitch McConnell, and Mike Lee. And Mike Lee is a little bit further to the right relative to where Elizabeth Warren is to the left. But Mitch McConnell, by 0.5, is around Cory Booker. Susan Collins is rather centrist. But here's the thing. Let's look at this. Let's look at a little bit of history, which you may have seen. This guy, I've covered this, but this is a really important point as I move into the next story. Democrats and Republicans used to overlap, which is really interesting. In fact, in New Jersey, we had Bob Hugin, who was running as a Republican against Menendez, who has been accused of being a kitty diddler. And Hugin was very centrist. In fact, on this chart where everyone is, Hugin would be like over here. Can you see that? Yeah. So in 2018, Hugin would be on the other side of zero, probably leaning towards more liberal. He was pro-choice. He was pro-gay rights. He had a bunch of things, probably maybe even just centrist. But take a look at this. You can see that the Republican median has shifted to the right. That's the black line. But overall, Republicans are becoming more solidified, more unified. The Democrats are the inversion to this. While Democrats have actually stayed relatively the same in terms of where they are, the black line, we can see that from 2014 until 2018, Democrats have moved slightly more moderate as well as extremely far left. And I want to stress this point. See this gray line right here? That's the edge of the graph. The Democrats are off of it, the far left. These are the woke people, okay? They are nowhere near the median. Listen, make any argument you want about what policy should or shouldn't be and what Americans want, but I will tell you this. This is from Quartz. This is not a pro-right-wing source or anything like that. The median is here. The median is closer to the centrists and further away from the far left, who make up a fringe minority. You cannot be here and be so... You know what? I have said this time and time again, and this exemplifies it. Here I am, right? Probably at the edge of this blue line. Very, very, like, rather moderate centrist type. I look to my left, and I see all of these people so ridiculously far away. I look to my right, and I actually have people who are closer on the right. Now, that's not necessarily true for me, but let's go back to this other chart. I'm around zero, center, maybe around like 0.1. I see Amy Klobuchar, and interestingly, I have praised her for being rather centrist in the past. I look to my left and I see Klobuchar, who eats salad with a comb, which is weird and gross. And I look to my right and I see Susan Collins, and they're all relatively close to where I am. I look, Mitch McConnell, not a fan. Mike Lee, I don't even know who that is. I look over at Cory Booker, Sanders, Kamala Harris. They're so far away from me that there are moderate conservatives and Republicans closer to where I am. Let's go here. Look at this. You can see the Republicans are at 0.2, right? How many Democrats running are at 0.2? Unfortunately, Amy Klobuchar passed 0.25, okay? Which means, being in the middle, there are very few Democrats running that are close to where I am relative to Republicans. The main problem is, even though they're like Kirsten Gillibrand is around like 0.4, which is really far away, they're all adopting identitarianism, and they're all adopting they're praising the Green New Deal. It's nonsense. And this brings me to my final point about wokeness. Who is the number one Democrat running right now? Joe Biden. I'm sorry. Joe Biden isn't running, but he's the top polling. Then Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders has embraced identitarianism a little bit. He opposes open borders. Joe Biden is Obama Jr. I mean, he's a lot older than Obama, but you get the point. He's a more moderate center-left type Democrat, and that's one of the reasons people are supporting him. But also, the Obama era, they liked it. Kirsten Gillibrand is an overt identitarian. She's made numerous posts about it. And then we have this. Gillibrand ratings for CNN Town Hall are embarrassingly low. Embarrassingly low. Yes, the overly woke intersectional identitarian who has made numerous tweets, embarrassingly low. Check this out. They say, in the first quarter of 2019, CNN's 10 p.m. Host Don Lemon doubled those numbers on average. He bagged 1.16 million total viewers and 361,000 in the demo. I would also like to point out right now, I'm absolutely trashing those numbers. Thank you, everybody who watches my videos, because I am absolutely doing way better than this in the key demo and in total viewership. I think I'm getting around so on average, I think I'm at higher than 1.16 million. I think, actually, no, he might be a little bit higher in terms of the average, but my key demo is way higher because I have way more key demo viewers. Gillibrand's Town Hall was the lowest rated show on cable Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Less than 500,000 people watched. A whopping 2.5 million tuned in to watch Fox News host Laura Ingraham, while over on MSNBC, Lawrence O'Donnell drew 1.9 million viewers. Listen, Gillibrand is the identitarian intersectional candidate. She is running hard on this bet. And you know what? It's a damn shame. She's been tricked. She's been tricked by Twitter. This ridiculous fringe group over here is so far away from the median. If you want to win, you need a coalition of voters, okay? This spread is so insane. The likelihood that Democrats come together on a unified platform to beat this spread, never going to happen. Never going to happen. Listen, The person who's at point 2 is going to grumble and vote for somebody who's near point 8, saying like, well, they're a bit far for me, but, you know, how far away are the other candidates? A lot further. Now you look at this. Someone who's here at point 1 is going to look over at at a solid 1 and be like, they are 10 times further away from me than a Republican. I am not going to vote for that fringe lunatic. And they won't vote. This is kind of me. I didn't vote for Trump. I'm not going to vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Hillary. Hell no, I'm not voting for Hillary. But not because Hillary, they claim Hillary's a centrist. No. She's a corporatist crony. There's so much wrong with Hillary Clinton. And Bernie Sanders is actually kind of far, but I'm like, you know, he's not too far away. He's not. Look at the Republican side. You're going to have an inversion to this. There were people where I was who said, Bernie's too far for me, but I like him. And then when they did Hillary, Hillary's not even on here. They said, screw it, and they voted Republican. But do you think these moderates are going to want to vote for these people, and these people are going to vote for moderates? Nope. It's going to be Biden or Kamala Harris, and the far left wing of the Democrats are going to protest. Just like we saw in 2016, they are going to chaos vote. They won't do it. So, anyway, long story short, Bill Maher's right. The woke section of the Democrats is blinding them. And Gillibrand should be the warning sign. Ouch, the Daily Wire says, ouch. Less than 500,000 viewers. Less than 500,000 viewers for a town hall. It's because she's chasing this fringe ideology. And she was wrong. Absolutely wrong. So they say that she got 491,000 total viewers. By comparison, Kamala Harris had 1.95 million viewers. Kamala Harris, who they call like a centrist, you know, moderate leftist. There's a lot wrong with Kamala Harris. Absolutely annihilated Gillibrand's numbers. So you know what? Bill Maher's right again. You don't have to like Bill Maher. I'm not a big fan of Bill Maher. I think he gets a lot of things wrong. I think he's arrogant, and his principles are sometimes contradict themselves. But at least he's willing to stand up to the fringe wackaloons and make this point. But you know what? This should be a canary in the coal mine. Bill Maher's a huge audience. Democrats love him. And if he's saying this and they don't care, Trump landslide. Anyway, I'll have another video coming up at 4 p.m., a special interview. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you then. That's going to be on my main channel, youtube.com/timcast. It's a different channel than this one. I will see you there.